Benjamin is on the line, listening in California. Hello there.
Hey, I just wanted to call in and recommend Derrick J's Victimless Crime Spree.
Excellent.
It is wonderful. I watched it basically immediately when it came out last night, and my first thought was, how are they going to, kind of milk all this stuff to fill in a whole documentary? And at the end of it, I thought to myself, wow, how are they able to compress all that into a little documentary?
Yeah.
And I shouldn't say little because it's a full hour and a half. I mean, it's a full-length flick, and I thought it was just wonderful.
So it felt similar to you that it did to me, that there was a lot of content packed into that hour and a half, because for me, I was like, wow, is that 2 hours long when I was done with it? It just seemed so...
Well, yeah, I watched it, and then my mom had started watching it, and she's like, oh my gosh, it's an hour and a half. And I said, look, when you first start watching, you're thinking to yourself, what are they going to fill this hour and a half with? And at the end of it, you're going to go, wow, I mean, they were able to fit all that into an hour and a half?
Yeah,
I mean,
So really, the question is, what all are you missing from that? What couldn't be put into this? Because I think back on watching the film, and I've seen it a few times in various different incarnations during the production process as the executive producer. Thinking that wow, like even it's one of those situations where you listen to the trailer and you'll hear clips that actually didn't make it into the film. It's one of those things, and wow, what sort of clips did people not see? It's one of the reasons why we have the extras section on the website at victimlesscrimespree.com. You can click on a playlist of all of the videos from which Bo Davis, the editor, and Derrick, who is kind of the creative director
footnotes
of the product. Yeah, so you can literally delve into the full-length activist videos from which the clips were chosen for the film and see the full the full spectrum of what actually went on, because there's a whole lot more that we couldn't show you simply because we just didn't have enough time. And so all that information is there, unless YouTube has taken a video down, which there's a couple of them that actually have been pulled due to bureaucrats complaining about their images being used without their permission. But most of the content is there, and it is available to you. So anybody that really wants to delve in and dig deep into that activist footage, the archive's all there, and it's linked to over at victimlesscrimespree.com. But I'm glad you really liked it.
Yeah, one of the things I thought was great, I had seen most of the videos, when they had come out originally, following this stuff.
You're a chronic.
But there was some stuff, Derrick J. talking about what he did before he came to New Hampshire. There were just a few little things added in that tied it all together, and you could really see the chronology of it. And the music was fantastic. I don't know. I really enjoyed it.
Great.
Yeah, I'm jazzed. I think the whole project has been so exciting, and I'd like to know. Obviously, there have been movies made before, documentaries like Libertopia, which I've still yet to see. I really probably should see it. I know I
saw it. It was pretty good.
It aired at the Keene Activity Center. I wasn't able to make it to it, unfortunately. But Libertopia was made about the Free State Project and about three of the movers to the Free State Project. But it wasn't made by somebody who's a Free State Project participant. It wasn't made by somebody who lives here in New Hampshire. There was a film called State of Liberty, which unfortunately I couldn't see because it premiered at the Keene State College, and I've been banned from the campus, so I still have yet to see that one. But that was like a student film that, again, wasn't made by activists. It was made by the students at the local college, and it was about the Free State Project. But again, not totally inside the movement kind of thing. How many other feature-length documentary films have actually been produced within the Liberty movement about liberty activism? There is something else out there. I know there's the John Taylor Gatto Underground History of Education, which is way longer than your average feature-length film.
Lots and lots of content there.
But again, not free state-oriented, not activism necessarily, more just information and eye-opening stuff. So this may be kind of a one-of-a-kind, real activism showcase almost. I mean, it's there's just so much that transpires, and did it keep,
it's free.
It's free as well. And did it keep your attention, Benjamin?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And did you laugh while you watched it at different points?
At several points, it was entertaining, and I definitely chuckled.
Very important stuff. Did it make you want to move to New Hampshire sooner rather than later?
I can't want to move any sooner than I ever.
Thanks, man. If you got
plug.
an update, you're welcome to hang on. We can bring you back here in a moment. 855-450-FREE. That's, I think, one of the guys from Good Men Do Something, so I'd like to see what they're up to. More on the way. You take control. Free Talk Live. This is Free Talk Live, and you can dial in toll-free at 855-450-FREE, SACL CAI toll-free line. Join us on our website at freetalklive.com. Enjoy the features we give to you. Once again, freetalklive.com. We like to give things away and then maybe ask you down the line if you want to help support the show. You can do that. We've got the AMP program. AMP stands for Advertise, Market, and Promote. And the idea is you send in $3 a month. We take that in, invest it into the show, get on more radio stations around the country, and bring more listeners on board around the world through the internet, bringing more people to the ideas of freedom. So you can help us out over at amp.freetalklive.com, amp.freetalklive.com, and get perks like access to the AMP-only call-in lines, AMP-only podcast, forum, and more. And you can sign up with any major credit card through PayPal or use Visa or MasterCard on our website. Go to amp.freetalklive.com to do that. It makes a big difference for us when you amp. So thank you to everybody who has amped in the past, to all who are currently amping, and to you if you've yet to do so and you plan on it. Would appreciate it. amp.freetalklive.com. Back to Benjamin listening in Northern California. Is this Benjamin of the Bartholomew Brothers fame?
Correct.
Excellent. You are one of the two guys who actually ended up going to court over being arrested for holding a taxes equals theft sign on an overpass there in California, where a pathetically obedient to the state jury convicted you. And thankfully, you guys are basically Eagle Scouts, so you didn't get much of a severe sentencing from
Cost him a lot, though.
The judge in the case. But yeah, you paid through the nose for an attorney. What's going on with that case? You were talking about appealing it last time we talked, I think.
We had been considering that, but as with all things, there's a cost to benefit ratio.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we decided, you know what? We fought this battle here. That's enough. What are we going to do? Fight for months and months and months to have $190 each returned to us?
Right. It's just going to tie you down.
What you have to ask yourself is you're fighting essentially for precedent in California. So you're fighting for the citizens and justice of California. And you really ask yourself why.
And you're going to leave California anyway, as I understand it.
California's burning to the ground. It's a lost cause.
Yeah, so why pour money and time? I think you made the right choice to just forget about it and move on. I mean, if you're going to spend another $10,000 on an attorney, I mean it's a good amount of a portion of a down payment on a house out here in New Hampshire.
And it goes back to that because of the way the court system works. It gets sent back to the same court, so the same courthouse. So I don't know how effective it would be,
So what are you guys focusing on right now? Good Men Do Something is the name of your organization. Folks can find it on Facebook. What are you guys up to these days?
Well, generally we're kind of laying low right now because we are on probation.
Oh, yeah.
Is
it probation or a suspended sentence?
Oh, yeah. We have no sentence. The only thing we're on is it probation or whatever it is.
So are you having to report to a probation officer like once a week? What are the terms?
No, it's summary probation. So all they said was just don't break any laws, and that's the only condition of our probation. And
it kind of sounds like a suspended sentence.
Not really, because a suspended sentence, they have time hanging over your head, and if you break a law...
We don't have anything hanging over our head.
Right, with a suspended sentence, if you break a law and are convicted of it, they may then bring back your suspended sentence. Right. So in my case, where I'm looking at a trespass charge coming up here in September, if I'm convicted of the trespass charge, then the prosecutor... So I'll be sentenced on the trespass charge. Then if the prosecutor decides he wants to bring back the suspended sentence, they have to bring that case as well, and I could end up having more time in jail as a result of that. So, well, I'm glad to hear that you guys are taking it easy out there. But even though you're laying low,
so we're helping to organize Lemonade Freedom Day in our area because that's low level enough, and if we're just organizing it,
right,
we should be able to stay out of trouble.
But as you guys found out, sometimes when you're not expecting trouble, it still comes around.
As far as we could go we weren't looking to do civil disobedience,
right,
get arrested, or any of that kind of stuff. And, you can't control things that well. But to tie in what happened with Derrick J's Victimless Crime Spree in with what you guys were talking about with people being angry, I think it's a perfect example of how, can you imagine if Derrick J. had been angry and come from Philadelphia to New Hampshire and then done some violent acts in New Hampshire, how that would have been received? You wouldn't be making documentaries. People wouldn't be going, "Oh yeah, I want to join the Free State Project."
No, we'd be embarrassed about it if he had been associated with the Free State Project and had come here and done something violent and dangerous. We'd be trying to distance ourselves from him and not interested at all in promoting what he was doing. And he would have had no impact whatsoever, no positive impact on the Liberty community. Would have had no positive impact on the actual community in the area.
It would have
great
been
point.
Detrimental.
Yep.
Yeah, and instead, what Derrick J. did, and I don't agree with all of his activism. I wouldn't have fought some of the battles he fought, but even so, he, is inspiring. Seeing someone go there, willing to take action, willing to get involved in their community, I mean, that's showing something.
No doubt about it. Hey, Benjamin, thanks for that. What's your guys' ETA on getting out of California?
We're hoping for spring, early summer.
Exciting. It'll be here before you know it, and look forward to seeing you. Thanks for the call tonight. And again, that's Benjamin from Good Men Do Something. You can go and see them over at Facebook. Great couple of guys. Him and his brother have been wonderful activists, and look forward to having them in New Hampshire, which is part of the whole Free State Project idea, is to get some of the best activists from around the world to coalesce into one place and then see what happens. Because we're already having fun with 1,000 people here. There are now over 12,000 people that have signed up for the Free State Project. We want to reach 20,000 people. And so there's so much more growth that is still possible here. So many new people have yet to arrive. They've yet to bring their fresh ideas into the mix. And who knows what, sort of neat things will be possible in the future with new people here.
Hopefully continued success.